Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to BNN, your British News Network. I'm Elizabeth Atchley, and today I am here with late-breaking news. On this day, February 8, 1587, Mary, Queen of Scots, has been beheaded by the order of Queen Elizabeth I. Let us take a look at Mary's previous relationship with her cousin, our Queen. First of all, Queen Elizabeth considered Mary her rival. They had very different personalities and beliefs. For example, Mary was a practicing Catholic, but Queen Elizabeth is a Protestant. Mary was crowned Queen of Scotland just 6 days after she was born, and became the Queen of France when she married Francis II, which ended very abruptly due to his death. She finally came to the throne of England in 1553, making England a Catholic country. Shortly after she was crowned, Mary locked Elizabeth in a tower to keep her from starting a Protestant rebellion against Mary. After 5 years of Mary's reign, Elizabeth became Queen of England in 1558, making England once again a Protestant country. Queen Elizabeth eventually became scared that Mary would try to raise Catholic support and overthrow her, so Elizabeth decided to keep Mary in England as a prisoner. Now, Queen Elizabeth has recently discovered letters addressed to Mary, speaking of a plot to kill her. So, she had no choice but to sign Mary's death warrant and have her beheaded. Our Queen has handled many situations like this before and during her reign, and the changes she has made have benefited England greatly. For instance, Elizabeth has created many new and productive laws. Next up, Elizabeth Weir will give us more information about these laws and details about another one of Queen Elizabeth's interesting relatives, King Henry VIII.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Weir, and today I'm going to be talking about Elizabethan laws and King Henry VIII. Queen Elizabeth started making laws in 1558 when she became queen. Some of the newest laws are no torture without the queen's permission, no begging or unemployment, and you have to obey the rules of the church and legally be a part of the Church of England. Some of the punishments people would receive if they did not follow these rules are standing with their head and hands through holes in a wooden plank while the crowd gathered around to throw things at them, getting an ear cut off, whipping, slavery, or death. Also, almost 2 weeks ago, on January 28th, was the 20-year point of King Henry VIII's death. King Henry VIII is most known for having 6 wives. He divorced 2 of them. 2 of them died of childbirth, and the other 2 were sentenced to death with treason and adultery, and were beheaded on the king's order. Another interesting thing King Henry VIII is known for is that his desire to annul his first wife led to the creation of a separate Church of England. And now, Aubrey is here to talk about crime and prison.
Here's some information about crime happening in your area and how prisons are being filled with dangerous circumstances. Witchcraft is becoming even more common, with 7 women being accused in the last month and 3 more being punished by death this last week. Please report anything suspicious, especially peculiar women that do not have a husband or a child. Whenever you or your family are outside of your home, be sure to be careful and aware of your surroundings, as reports of pickpockets and thieves are rapidly increasing and becoming more common. The courts are trying to prevent these things from happening by making the punishments for these criminals result in death. Prisons are also beginning to overpopulate due to an increase in burglary, treason, highway robbery, and counterfeiting coin. This has caused disease to spread rapidly throughout these prisons and be difficult to contain, with many people being left to starve to death. The courts are trying to change this by sentencing serious offenders to death usually by hanging, mutilation, pendulum, or poison. Many others are being sent to workhouses, where they are provided with living quarters and employment. These workhouses are being closely monitored by 4 different levels of officers that will make sure to keep the environment in these spaces safe. Always be on the lookout for strange activity and be aware of things around you. That's all the information on recent crime. Back to you, Elizabeth.
Thank you for joining us today while we talk about crime, punishment, and royalty on February 8th, 1587. Stay safe, and we will see you next time on BNN News.